You know, people ask, why do you have a relationship or why do you do business with a certain company or entity? And mine is very simple. I need to trust the vendor. I trust them. I need them to care about the work that we do. They care. They show up at our events. They come to our fundraisers. They don't just show up because they have to show up. They show up because they actually care. My name is Erin Spaulding, and I am privileged to be the Executive Director of Connecting for Children and Families here in Woonsocket, Rhode Island. I worked for a lot of years in a very large nonprofit with systems and enormous IT department in the actual organization. So it was new to me to have to work with a vendor to think about all of our IT needs and solutions to problems when it comes to technology. Going from a large organization to a smaller grassroots nonprofit, I think everything, was a change. You weren't always high on their list, right? And what I have found is that there is never a time where we are not their most important client and customer, and I think that's also really important. I've gotten rid of a lot of vendors that I inherited, and I stuck with ones that were going to align with us mission-wise, but actually really understood the values associated with a nonprofit. Like, we can't just afford everything right away. We can't just sign off on bills. We have to start thinking about how we scaffold. We have to think about stages. And I do think that they have been very patient with us on responding to our needs and saying, okay, well, this is probably the first way we could go about doing it, and then we could start building off of that and building off of that. And I think that's what I've really appreciated, is that they actually have understood the needs of a nonprofit. They know that it's not about making money off of us. It's about using their services to make us more efficient in our role as a business. I think one of the things we've appreciated is that they deploy very quickly to our systems and our issue, and I don't know that technology's ever got in the way of our ability to carry out our business. We are a nonprofit, but we are a business. And when our server went down or something happened to it, they were here immediately and responded immediately. And so we do not really have to wait. We are not on the bottom of their list. Again, they treat us like we are the most important client out there. When we have any technology issue whatsoever in our entire organization, we call them, because if they say, hey Erin, this looks good to me, I trust them. I recommend them primarily because they're local, they are invested, and to be honest, I trust them as a vendor. And I trust them with our technology, I trust them with our server, I trust them with making sure that we're as strong of a nonprofit as possible through the use of technology.